Hi Stampers, Sandi MacIver here from Stampin' and Blogging and Stampin' with Sandi, and here's a new share for you today. These were my thank you cards last month for my customers, and the reason that I did them was a couple of reasons. I always like to make a nice card to say thank you, but I also wanted to introduce them to the new in colors and a new stamp set, and I managed to accomplish that with both of these cards. So let me give you the instructions and the supplies that you need, and let's make this card together. Two stamps that I used, Everything Eleanor. We used the Great Big Beautiful Flourish out of that, and then the new stamp set is the Work of Art. And the stamps that we will be using today is the Sentiment, the small little, okay, what are we calling this? Paint stroke maybe, and the little heart, okay? And the big long guy right here, okay? And so the ink that we're using obviously stays on black, and then introducing two of the new in colors, Mossy Meadow and Blackberry Bliss. Your cardstock is Whisper White. There's two pieces, 4 1/4 by 11 score, and fold at 5 1/2. That's your card base. The art piece that we're working on, 4 by 5 1/4. You're going to need 2 punches. You're going to need the Elegant Butterfly. You're also going to need the new corner rounder, and this is the Project Life corner rounder that Stampin' Up came out with. All right, so what else do we need? I think that's it. I'm going to start by rounding one of the corners. I like to do only one, not all of them. And so for this card, I chose the top right-hand corner, so nicely that it goes through all of that, a folded card as well. Okay, so we're going to be working on the art piece, and the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to bring in the Blackberry Bliss, and we're going to do what's called a stamped off technique, okay? And I've got my ink open, I've got the little stamp, and we've got the art piece, so we're ready to fly. What you do is ink it up, stamp it once, move over a little bit, stamp it a second time, go up and over, and stamp it a third time. And that's how you get those cool 3 different colors. Isn't that sweet? Okay, so I've changed my ink over to the Mossy Meadow, and I'm inking up the big long paint stroke, and this time we're going to do the stamped off method because this ink is beautiful, rich and dark, but I don't want it that dark on my card. So I stamp it off once, and then I stamp it down the side of my project like that. So I like the nice soft lines of that. I'm going to do the same thing with the heart. I'm going to ink it up, stamp it off, and then I'm going to stamp it down here in the corner. So the reason that I did that is I'm going to be doing some stamping over top of that, and I want you to be able to see the 2 color differences. So that's what's nice about beautiful dark colors, is you can actually get 3 different colors out of them. Okay, so now I'm working with a swirl from Eleanor, and I've inked it up with my Stays on Black, and I made sure that was nice and juicy. I just re-inked it. Good thing to do on solid stamps because you want to make sure you get that great image. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I also have my Sentiment, and I'm going to ink that up in Stays on Black and stamp it down here in the bottom right hand corner. And it says, if you can't read it, you are a fabulous work of art. Okay, so I have dimensionals on the back of my art piece, and now what I'm going to do is make sure my card's going the right way, and I'm going to attach it to the front. I got a 1/4 inch all the way around in order to do that. So there we go. So now let's do our pretty butterfly. I've got a piece of the Mossy Meadow, and I'm using my butterfly punch just like that. I like to pop a little half dimensional on the back of him so that you can't see it, okay? Fits nicely. I'm going to position him kind of over top of the swirl. Then I'm going to bring in my embellishments, and I like rhinestones. These guys are all attached in a nice little strip, so what I do is I cut in between how many I want, and for this case I would like 3, and I just pick them up and move them over and add them to my little butterfly. So there we go, that little guy's all finished. And while you've got your stamps all inky, here's a nice little idea for you. I added a little bit of stamping on my card, and I just wanted to show you a couple of the other color combinations I came up with. We have this little guy here, this little guy here. So I used 3 on this one, changed the little heart to the yellow. Variation here. Haven't finished making this card yet, but there's another variation, and there's another one, and there's another one, and there's another one. And this was the one that I decided on that I sent out to all my customers. So I hope you enjoyed my share today. It's a fun little project with my current favorite stamp set, work of art. And if you check my blog, you'll see that there's a couple of other ideas for you, so that if you decide to buy this stamp set, you can have some stamping fun like I did. And if you would like a whole pile more stamping fun, please come and visit us at Stamping and Blogging. We have a whole pile of videos in our stamping library. We can keep you stamping for weeks. Thanks so much for stopping in. See you again soon. Bye-bye.